blowing out.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port, and it's U.S. Open Friday.
Wow, baby.
Jay in the house.
Yeah,
Tony on
baby.
the other side of the
What
glass. How's everybody doing today?
I'm feeling great, Barnes. Feeling great. You know, it's a big weekend in sports.
Hell yeah, dude.
Golf, U.S. Open, couple Mets Yankees games coming up. But I'm a little upset that the basketball and hockey are over.
You know, I could not be more happy that both basketball and hockey are over. Basketball sucked all season. Let's be real there.
True.
And then hockey, I mean, it was tight. The Rangers blew it.
Yeah, but it was just a great
The finals
finish.
was terrible.
What do you mean? Las Vegas won for the first time in franchise history.
Wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't compelling. That was the problem.
What do you mean? 'Cause it was
Tony?
Why? Because they're coming from Vegas?
Tony, help me out here, bud.
I mean, dude, come on. By the end of it, we all knew who was going to win. The Panthers got absolutely scraped. Like,
That's true.
obviously, you're
It was
happy for Vegas.
93 the last game. That's true.
Yeah, 93, dude.
That was a blowout. Kind of, yeah, it was a little upsetting.
Yeah, dude.
And it's nice to have a focus on baseball and golf. Those are like the two best sports in the world. So
Yeah, but you are aware this is like called the dog days of summer. There's no sports on, you know.
no, Jay, the Yankees are the best organization in sports history. What do you mean there's no sports on? And then we have major championship
There's no
golf.
real
We have
sports
major
on.
championship golf. We got the Open next month at Royal Liverpool.
Yes.
This event at LA Country Club is great.
I will say, Barnes, since I've been coming on the sports port and we've been talking golf almost every Friday, I have been getting more into golf.
Yeah, no,
I will say that.
I'm honestly so it took a long time.
Yes.
Because
But I'm coming around on it.
It was almost to the point, like when I first started talking golf on the show, it was like Gino breaking down soccer. Like no one's paying attention.
Yeah, everyone's
you
on
know.
their phone.
Right, exactly. But now,
Or like when Tony talks about the Mets, maybe?
no, but I engaged there. I give you something on the Mets, honestly. I do. It's not like I say nothing.
Right. No, it's the bare minimum.
So speaking of golf, we did have a very interesting, and I want to say surprising round at LA Country Club yesterday. You know, US Open, we talked about it yesterday. Always the toughest test in major championship golf, the way the course is set up, the way the rough is grown out, the way the fairways are usually narrow. And we had two golfers yesterday break the U.S. Open scoring record. They tied the scoring record at LA Country Club, but broke the scoring record for a U.S. Open. Ricky Fowler and Xander Schauffele, two guys still looking for their first major championship, were able to shoot 8 under par, blitzing this course yesterday. It was really unbelievable. And Xander, you know, has contended at a lot of these major championships before. But Ricky Fowler, I mean, I know obviously he's got to finish the job here and at least, you know, finish in a top 5 or win this thing.
Right.
But I think, you know, we've seen him slowly but surely playing better. This is kind of like the pinnacle, him leading a major championship, breaking a scoring record that's been around since this Open started 123 years ago. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet, dude. And what was the final score? 62. Yeah. That's like so crazy that two people did that too. And now you were saying, I think before the show too, that I guess US Open or the PGA people were kind of tight, that it was so well played, this course. I know that they were talked about previously, like pulling back tee boxes, I think. Do you think that this is really kind of like push them to do so?
You know, there's only so much you could do once the tournament started, and everybody's talked about the reason that it's like this is because it's not too hot. So when it's a little like, I'm trying to think of the right word, damp, the guys are just going to score well.
Really?
There's nothing you could do about it. And, you know, you could do certain pin positions. I think the biggest thing is everybody's hitting fairways. So, you know, if you're in the rough, you're going to be in trouble. And there was actually a situation like that happened on the 18th hole yesterday. I don't know if you heard about this or saw a highlight, but Rory McIlroy was playing the 18th hole, 6 under par, had a great round. He's tied for 5th right now. He's right off the green in very thick rough, duffed it.
Wow.
Like swung, didn't go anywhere.
Really?
And he was fortunate to make like a 15-foot putt to avoid a double bogey and get in for bogey 5 under 65. If you want to pull it up, it's pretty crazy. So just put Rory chunks it or something. It'll be like the first things that comes up. But I have to say, I was very impressed with him yesterday. You know, we had talked about him in a big spot, not coming through. So, you know, for him to open up with a 65 and be 3 shots back and make that clutch putt on the 18th green, I mean, I think that's pretty impressive. No, that's 2022. So
Sick,
Rory 2023 U.S. Open, and it should like be one of the first things that comes up.
I saw a shot yesterday.
Every televised shot. When was it? Do you know?
It was the 18th hole. Yeah, Rory U.S. Open 18th hole. Maybe put that in there too.
I saw a shot yesterday where he like was just chipping it to the far side of the green. He like put a bunch of backspin on it and it literally rolled like all the way back to him.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Just a whiff right here.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I think.
Let's bring the people in.
Better be.
Yeah, really. This is hard to find, huh? This is it right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow, dude. Oh, no, dude.
Wait, is that Jay out there?
Oh my God.
Honestly, dude. Is it Jay?
It's like he just wasn't paying attention. Like he picked his head up. Oh my
Wow.
God.
Where the hell is the ball in that, dude?
It just buried in
Holy
that
shit,
thick,
dude.
Grass.
Can he be like, nah, I was just taking a practice swing?
But like I was saying, I mean, I was very impressed.
In the PGA Tour.
That sounds like a question Michael would ask. But the fact that he made the putt after this, like, see where this rolls out to. I mean, this is.
Oh
like,
my God, dude.
I mean,
yeah.
that's a tough putt to avoid a double bogey.
For sure, dude. And he ends up making this?
Yeah.
For bogey, yeah.
Are they going to? I wonder if they're going to show it. I'd actually like to see it because it was a pretty.
This is the actual hit here where he makes contact. That's ridiculous, dude, where the ball is. That rough is thick.
Yeah. And let's see. Are they going to? I think they're going to show it.
They got to show it, dude. Yeah. Here we go.
I mean, this is a no way. Give me.
No, dude. I mean, we've seen what these greens look like, too. It's fucking, the downhill is crazy,
They're
dude.
fast greens.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Very
right
impressive
through.
Freaking sniped it.
So it was a pretty impressive round too, because that was actually his only bogey of the round. So leading into that, he shot a 30 on the front, 5 under. I mean, that's pretty impressive. 5 birdies on the front, 1 birdie on the back, and then that bogey on 18. So he's tied for 5th. Speaking of impressive rounds and almost going bogey free, Dustin Johnson walked up to the his last hole of his round yesterday and was bogey free. So I guess he started on the back yesterday. So this was technically the 9th hole. It's a par 3, and he overshot the green by 20 yards going into the 18th green's bunker. He was able to, get out successfully, had maybe a 13-foot putt to save par, lipped out. So instead of shooting 63, he shoots 64. But he sits there 2 shots back. So Dustin Johnson back in the mix at a major again. And I believe some golf pundit might have picked him to win this tournament. I don't know if they're here or if they're in the building or
I don't know, man.
But I'm just saying, I mean, it was impressive stuff out of DJ yesterday. 31 on the front 9, 33 on the back. And I said this to you when we were previewing this on Tuesday. It's scary when DJ has it all going because he hits it so far. And then you combine that with a short game. I mean, how are you supposed to contend with that? All-time classic, Tony.
How could you?
So that was, something else, notable from yesterday. You also had, which was to my surprise, tied with DJ in 3rd Wyndham Clark also shot a 64. Brian Harmon, a lefty that has been a veteran on the PGA Tour. He's tied for 5th as well with a 65. And do you know that no lefty has ever won the U.S. Open?
Are you serious?
No.
Has a lefty won any championship?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because Phil has
Mickelson.
won all 3 majors besides that. And speaking of Phil, he's tied for 25th after firing in opening round 69. So once again, Phil at age 53 in contention here. Bryson DeChambeau, who won the 2020 U.S. Open, he fired a 67 for 3 under par. He's tied for 7th with Scotty Scheffler. Moving further down the list, a really good story. I realized too, right after the Masters, Sam Bennett turned pro. We were talking about where he finished. It was 15th that he finished at the Masters, and he shot a 67 yesterday. So he's tied for 7th as well. Max Homa, the California native, 2 under 68. He's tied for 14th. Further down the list here, you got Tony Finau, 2 under 68. John Rahm, Tony's pick, 1 under 69. Cam Smith, 1 under 69 as well. And one thing that I kind of expected, and I think Tony was thinking, he would get off to a better start here. You had Justin Thomas shoot a 73. So right now sitting at tied for 106. So that's well outside of the cut line. And this cut line, usually a U.S. Open, I mean, you would think the cut line would be +3, +4.
Right.
This might be even par. So he's got some work to do today. As he'll be going out actually later on today, since he was morning. They always go early, late, and then late early to split up the tee times. Jordan Spieth, the former U.S. Open champion, 2 over 72. So a struggle for him. Tommy Fleetwood, who just missed out on the RBC Canadian Open last week, shot 3 over 73. And do you know, guys, this is 123rd U.S. Open. First time ever that nobody shot 80 in a round.
Really?
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty impressive, dude.
Golfers are getting better.
But what do you,
how do they set the cut line?
So the cut line is the top 55 golfers in ties.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
The
so
golfers, in a sense, to determine the cut line.
Gotcha.
Yeah, in terms of how they're scoring. What do you guys make though of U.S. Open? It's supposed to be the toughest tournament. Guys break scoring records yesterday. People getting tight. Do you think that that's overblown and unnecessary? That it's compelling whether the scores are high, whether the scores are low, or do you think they have a point that it shouldn't be this easy?
I mean, I don't know, man. I think golf is hard enough as it is, and in terms of especially playing like consistently throughout a season. But I feel like as long as it's like close, like it's going to be fun to watch, and there's going to be a storyline. There's going to be juice attached to it. If there's just one guy who's just like 10 under, everyone else is, only 3 under or even par. Yeah, obviously it's not gonna be that compelling, but everyone is remaining competitive. I mean, per example, yesterday, 2 people set the record. Like that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And that's a great storyline. That makes it exciting. Like
it's good.
I'd be more compelled to watch the rest of the weekend.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's good for golf. Like, just like you get, like what Tony said, you get more juice with the story and
juice.
I feel like the average person sees golf and they're like, oh, that's something I can never do. And then when they see people performing at the highest level, it's just like, it's more of a excuse to watch it,
Yeah, absolutely. One other thing I happen to think of with this, Tony, and I forget the guy's name. Could you search? There was a hole-in-one yesterday. I want to see if we could get a highlight of that. It's crazy that I feel like there's just like, I guess it's the same, but it seems like there's more hole-in-ones than ever these days.
Sam Burns had it?
Sam Burns. There we go.
All right, let's check it out, dude. Videos. I don't know how I feel about this one.
Like, how could you make golf harder? It's already kind of hard,
Yeah, no, but these guys, this always comes up though. No joke.
Yeah.
They don't, the USGA, because there's all these different bodies of golf. You have the PGA of America, the PGA Tour, and then the USGA. They're all separate bodies, and the USGA always very stiff and like just wants to say our golf course is going to be tough.
All right, dude. Our golf course is going to be tough. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, wow. Oh,
That's pretty
dude.
ridiculous to hit the
That is
slope
pretty
like that and then
ridiculous.
go in.
That's awesome. You think he felt like the second it hit the club? You think he was like hole in one?
I don't think anyone is.
I think though there are times when you're out on the course though, and
You feel it?
you feel like this has a chance at least. Not to say
It's
going that it's going to go,
yeah.
but
That was
that
crazy.
it's close.
With the backspin and everything, dude.
Yeah. So that was
awesome.
pretty cool. One other thing I was thinking about too, and I didn't mention this, to the surprise of many, Brooks Koepka bogeyed 3 of his first 6 holes, and then the rest of the way shot 2 under for a 1 over 71. Even par on the back, 1 over on the front. Now, I mean, we've seen golfers come from far behind before. What do you guys think? Him, starting his second round, 9 shots back. Do you feel that's kind of it's hard to it's hard to see him coming back, or do you think major championship golf, all he needs is a low round in the mid to low 60s, and he's going to be right there?
I don't know. I mean, I think he has the capabilities of coming back for himself for sure, but I mean, I can't really say like if any other golfers like that are top of the leaderboard right now. Like, I mean, the league could just be too much for him, to make up.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know, dude. I think it might be too deep. Yeah.
Well, I think it's one of those things where it's like, if let's say the scoring is a lot higher today, but he somehow he's going out early today. If he's able to post a 65 early and then late things get a little dicey with weather or whatever.
No, I don't know, man. You think he'll post a 65 today?
I think he's going to be.
He's going to have to.
I know I'm backtracking here, Tony, but I will tell you that he's going to shoot at least a 67 today. All right.
So he's going to be 2 over what he needs.
3 under. No, I'm saying, but if he's 3 under.
Maybe he's just 65 before.
I said I could see it, but I'm being conservative here. So I'm saying I think if he shoots 3 under, he'll be 2 under for the tournament.
Right.
I mean, he'll make the cut, and then you just kind of go from there.
Really?
Is like seeing the leaderboard now, obviously you went with Rahm. He's 7 shots back at 1 under. Where are you now with like kind of trying to pick who's going to win? Are you sticking with Rahm or?
Oh yeah, I'm not going to change. Yeah.
But I'm saying if you could make a new pick, looking at the board.
It's tough, dude. If I could make a new pick, I mean, how could I not go with Ricky Fowler at this point, right?
Front runner.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, of course, I'm going to choose someone who's in the lead right now and who's looking really good.
No way, dude. I think you want to stick like to the like.
I'm sticking John Rahm, but you go Rory.
Going Rory.
Rory, yeah. He's just far enough back. He's kind of like flying underneath the radar.
That was a big momentum putt on 18 yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
Instead of being 4 shots back, it's only 3 shots back. And it is funny too. I feel like all the talk of yesterday is Ricky Fowler. What a surprise it is. But at the same time, it's like Xander Schauffele. He's never won a major before, so that's just as big of a story. But I feel like all the attention's on Ricky just because of the lows that his career reached. Over the last couple of years. I feel really good about DJ though. I have to say. I mean, he was completely locked in. He seemed like his normal self. They interviewed him, after the round, and he seemed pretty happy with everything that he did. And it just going into that 18th, his 18th hole, which was the 9th. If he had birdied that, he would have actually tied the scoring record as well. So just to show what a good round that he put together. So I'm really looking forward to watching this today and into the weekend. And it's going to be, I think this is going to go down to the wire. It's funny too, like, and I know, stuff changes, weather changes, but I was listening to a lot of the radio this morning, the PGA Tour station on Sirius XM. And they're like saying, oh, well, this will probably be the winner will be double digits under par. It's like, I mean, the leaders are 8 under. Do you really think everybody's just going to go over par the rest of the weekend? Like,
I guess they think the course is too easy, and they just think everyone's just going to get double digits under par.
How do you guys see like the remaining 3 rounds in terms of scoring? Do you think it's going to get more difficult every day? Like, how do you kind of see the rest of the tournament going?
I don't know. I think I would say more difficult. Honestly, I just feel like at this point, like I think the guys came out so hot and everything. There's definitely an aspect of like pressure in the sense of, you know, still remaining to be this type of perfect, I suppose. But
this is like their second time playing on the course. Wouldn't you think they would learn the course more and it would come easier to them?
Well, it just though when you change tee locations,
Yeah.
pin locations, it's a different course every day.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, like
they changed the
pins.
the pinhole.
The pins are every day. Yeah,
Oh my God.
and then they definitely can change the tee box
Yeah.
location as well.
And then like Brian was saying too, there's gonna be some weather factoring this weekend as well, which always affects players, like no matter what, especially in golf too.
Could we get the Doppler?
Yeah, you want a little.
You guys know there's monkeys on this course?
I did not know that.
There's some monkey business going on.
Normally, actually, ESPN has like a weather thing.
Hugh Hefner's old mansion.
I guess not.
I did hear about
butts
that.
up against the
course.
course.
They were talking about that on the radio coverage last night. They're
Yeah.
like, the guy refuses to be named. We wonder if he has those lavish parties that he used to have.
Yeah. But like he could never get into the club and to like fight back. He like got a bunch of monkeys and like put him off. Like I think it was the 14th hole. So like literally everyone's like teeing off on the 14th hole and you can just hear monkeys in the background wailing away.
That's really ridiculous.
Actually, it seems like that should be fine. Just really humid,
Sunny.
slight wind.
No chance of rain.
Yeah, no.
And the temperature in the 70s?
Yeah, 74 is a high on Saturday.
Beautiful.
Sunday be 71. Humidity 68%.
And I might be getting ahead of myself, fellas, but looking at that, I think it's more likely that the winner is 20 under or better than 10
crazy.
under or lower. What do you guys think?
20 under. The winner is 20 under
or better.
Yeah.
Rather than 10 under
or lower.
Lower than that. I mean, I would say so, yeah.
What do you think, Jay?
I'm gonna go. I don't know. I don't know if they can get all the way up to 20 under. I don't know.
I mean, I would imagine that. I wonder if actually that's ever been done. I'm gonna actually take a look at that. U.S. Open.
I've never seen something like that before.
Scoring record. So the lowest is 268. So Rory. Okay, so let's see what that equates to. U.S. Open golf. Okay.
268. Par 70 per round.
And it's I don't know. To me, I mean, there's always par 70s, there's par 71s, there's par 72, but is it just me or does it just seem like from a symmetrical standpoint, everything should just be 72? I don't like how it could be 70, it could be 71, it could be 72.
I don't know. I kind of like that. I mean, I feel like it has to be different per course, though. No.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like it would make everything kind of more on equal footing. Like I think, but you kind of like the variety.
Yes,
I guess
I
you would say. So Rory was 16 under. So I'll check here, but I don't think anybody's actually ever been 20 under par.
Wow.
Well, I mean, they are breaking records here, so who knows, Brian?
Yeah. And then I guess I would close out with, and we'll do a leaderboard update before the end of the show. Picks aside, just kind of rooting interests. I'll start with Tony.
Oh wow.
Who would you like to see win this the most out of everybody?
Jon Rahm.
And that has nothing to do with you picking him.
No.
What is it? You just think he's the most talented golfer in the world?
Yeah, the most talented golfer, and I think the storyline for him, to start off this season too, to have such a run so far, then to be a little quiet, I just think he's due.
Law of averages.
Yeah, and I want him. I want to see him win again.
Yeah, that would be, and to win the U.S. Open and the Masters, I don't think that's happened many times in the same season before.
That is sick, dude. Let's go.
So let's see what happens there. What about you, Jay? Who would you like to see win it?
I would like to see Ricky Fowler win it.
It would be a great story.
It would be a great story for him. It's like something golf needs.
I mean, that would really, Tony, complete the comeback story. I mean, you gotta love a comeback story. I feel like I feel like he's almost second on your list.
Yeah, Brian.
Why? Who else would you have said? Rory?
DJ, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and not to copy you and going with my pick, but yeah, DJ is definitely. I mean, it's just I wanted to see him win it. I know he's like I honestly would almost take him over anybody, and I know Scotty and John Rahm, recent years, and obviously him playing on the live, he doesn't get to play with these guys all the time. But I really think toe to toe, especially after winning that Masters in 2020, it seems like he's gotten over the hump. We saw him fade at the PGA Championship, the previous one before that Masters. And it seems like ever since then, he has this sense of confidence that if he's in contention, he's going to do it.
Excuse me.
And so I'm just interested to see what's going to happen. But I do think, and I know there's guys in contention that are less heralded or that we don't know or barely know, but I do think it is going to be one of the premier golfers who will win this tournament. That's what I feel pretty confident about because a lot of them are in contention.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we will keep an eye out for that, and we will update you with anything. There are some guys on the course now, but they've barely put in any holes, no notable names just yet. But we'll revisit that in a little bit. But let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one in the middle with the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right.
Shinnecock.
Would you say that's your favorite bite, Tony?
Right now, I think so. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you guys are making fun of me. It's like
It's a real
a
place.
course. They had a major tournament there. Brooks Koepka won.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want from me? Like
Shinnecock.
So a little bit of a lighter slate in baseball yesterday.
yeah, dude.
Both the Yankees and the Mets off, but big series ahead this weekend, respectively, with the Red Sox, with the Cardinals. But just kind of taking a quick look around the league. Last night, one game that we had kind of talked about a little extensively and that Prefer was wrong on. So I know he was excited to fade me yesterday, but he went 1-2. I went 2-1. So who is having the last laugh now? Anyway, Ohtani versus Evaldi. And Ohtani definitely outpitched him. And it was interesting because usually you think Ohtani, you think high strikeouts. But he actually gave him 6 innings, 2 earned, 1 walk, but only 3 strikeouts. But that was enough going against Evaldi, who pitched an extra inning, but gave up 1 more run and striking out 9 and only walking 2. So still was a pretty good performance, on his end. And, Ohtani was able to hit his 22nd home run of the year. Is that the major league leader?
Tying
Alonso.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And any more on the timeline with Alonso? Speaking of him,
I haven't heard any updates.
he's on the injured list.
Yeah, man.
No.
I can double check right now.
What is it? A lower body injury?
Yeah, upper body.
Upper body injury.
See update here. 3 days ago was the last. 2 days ago, 1 day ago, Pete Alonso injured, no lineup, obviously. Let's see. Last I heard, the MRI seemed pretty good.
You were there?
I know it looks bad. He says it's in the splint. Feeling excited. So gonna get back out there as soon as possible. It's number 1 goal. Get out there ASAP, dude.
What's your guess, Tony?
Rolled his ankle.
Like how long, you mean?
Yeah.
No, it's his wrist. He got hit in the wrist.
Wrist.
He got hit by a pitch, dude. I mean, a week ago they said 3 to 4 weeks. I don't know, dude.
All-Star break?
Yeah.
Damn. How long is that? How long until the All-Star break?
What a little less than a month, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, probably
That's like considered
July
the middle
10th.
of the season, right?
basically.
And we were talking about that Angels-Rangers game. Obviously, the Rangers leading the West right now. You got the Yankees, the Astros, and Orioles in the wild card spot. But really, the wild card race is pretty tight, especially Angels are only 1 game back. Toronto's a game and a half back. And then further back, you got the Red Sox and the Mariners at 5 games, Guardians at 6.5. Do you think we've seen them get off to pretty good starts, kind of fade away. Do you think, especially if they're able to maybe make some acquisitions in lieu of trying to trade Shohei Ohtani, that the Angels could potentially sneak into the playoffs here?
Yeah, I think so, dude. I mean, when you look at the game last night, obviously beating the Rangers, one of the top teams in the league, really. Think about the talent that they have on their team, the ability to score, the pitchers. I mean, we talked about Eovaldi yesterday, and Ohtani, kind of did better. I understand we were talking about Eovaldi maybe coming back to earth a little bit, but it doesn't change the fact of what he's done so far this season. So, I mean, I think beating the Rangers here is kind of a statement win for sure for the Angels. And like we said, it turns out that their bullpen has been doing pretty well too, like collectively as a team. And good bullpen can win a lot of games for them. And they have a couple good starters, I guess. I mean, Detmer's, I'm not sure his numbers, but they're not anything crazy, not anything bad. They have Anderson too, right? Tyler Anderson.
I don't even want to talk about it. Makes me upset. Fantasy.
So that's maybe acquiring a different pitcher or something like that. An extra bat could help too. But with someone like Ohtani on the team with Trout, I don't know what the deal with Anthony Rendon. Have you been up on his season so far?
On my fantasy team as well.
Injured?
Oh my God. Injury. Just came back, and then let's
Injured
check
again?
out his wrist. We'll see if he's okay. They have Brandon Drury as well.
He just got suspended
for a game, but he's back today. Yeah, contact with an ump.
Yeah.
But what's really messed up this wild card race, Tony, is the Texas Rangers. Nobody saw them 16 over 500 at this point.
Yeah.
So that takes a wild card spot away from another team because the Astros, are in second place. And that's coupled with the fact that, you got the Angels, the Mariners, the Astros in contention for wild cards, in addition to the fact that the Blue Jays, the Yankees, the Orioles, and to a lesser extent, the Red Sox are. So it's like all these teams for 3 spots. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people on the outside looking in. So you would imagine the Yankees and the Astros are locked. So I guess it's just a matter of is Baltimore going to fold down the stretch, or are they going to hold on? Right now, they're 4.5 games up on both the Yankees and the Astros, which is a big surprise in itself.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I don't think, like you said, I don't think anyone really expected these teams to be good.
No.
And I feel like that's been kind of even a little bit of a theme around the league in general, even the beginning of the season, when you think of how the Diamondbacks are playing, how the Pirates are playing too, like way better than everyone else thought. So it definitely is going to make the postseason pretty interesting, dude.
How about the fact too that Arizona leads the Dodgers by 2 in the NL West?
That's crazy.
Nobody saw that one coming.
Yeah, no.
And that wild card race, right now the Marlins are in second position, the Giants are in third, and then you have the Phillies, the Brewers, the Padres, and the Mets all on the outside looking in. I mean, that's another thing we talk about. Who saw that one coming? Again,
I mean, you think about like the payroll that was ensued to the Mets this season and what people expected from that. They thought it was going to be like Mets are going to be in contention for the division. And then you go to the Phillies as well, talk about their acquisitions. Obviously, Bryce Harper coming back from injury. And then, bringing in
what position?
Third.
I don't know why I'm blanking.
No. Not third. Why can't I think of his name right now?
This is actually bothering me. I don't even. Oh, Trey Turner struggling.
Yeah. Dude, struggle bus for him. Again, that's just people thought he was going to be a superstar, especially when the World Baseball Classic. He was hitting dingers like every day.
Right.
Kind of outrageous. So, literally, I mean, the script has been flipped, as they say, Jason.
Flip the script.
Yeah,
I mean, I love that. I love the switch up. I love when other teams who have been notoriously bad finally get their shot in the limelight.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't affect your team.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't affect your team. But like,
Jason doesn't care.
As a New York Jets fan, I don't care. As long as like I want to see other teams winning.
Yeah, and one thing, because I
know the Yankees are like the best thing in all sports.
They're not though.
Well, they are, but continue.
Not.
Like the MLB wouldn't be any like what it is today without the New York Yankees.
Absolutely not.
But I want to see someone else win. That's it.
You want to see someone else win? They haven't won in 14 years.
I know they haven't
Jay.
won in 14 years. But
asinine comment.
They
Jay.
still
asinine.
They still have that like big brother like mentality. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, oh, we're going to play the Yankees. Oh, the Yankees are in town. We got to win another one. I mean, I think it's that simple. I equate the Yankees to what the Patriots are to the NFL.
Except the thing is, right now they're in that period of time where Tommy didn't win one from.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of. It was 2005, and then I don't think they won again until 2014. So it was like a 10. This is even longer than that.
Wow.
Which is, kind of interesting. And one thing I was going to say too, before we talk about these series, you were talking
to 6 shirt, by the way. I want to say,
honestly, Prefer, is this an AI robot situation? Is this me? Are you sure, Prefer? Are you sure?
You're CGI generated,
but we don't even know if Prefer's a robot.
Brian, that'd be a great show. Brian is awful.
But what I was going to say, you were mentioning the Jets, like, it's going to be so weird, like, watching every game that like matters, and I'm like nervous. I don't even remember the last time I felt like that. I know I was a little excited last year, but I knew Zach Wilson sucked. I mean, let's be real. I never was confused at that.
Like, it's just everything feels like it's more now.
Right. It's so important.
We have the guys, there's the hype around the team. Everyone seems to be cohesive together and like as a nice group. So you're right. Like, I feel like the emotion's going to be heightened this season. Yeah. Every game, every play is just going to be more.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, really looking forward to that.
Really?
And I'm really looking forward to this
Rodgers.
this Yankee series in Boston. Looking at the pitching matchups, tonight we got Herman versus Houck. That's at 7:10. Tomorrow we'll get another Fox game. Yankees had one last week. 7:15, Schmidt versus Bayo, and then 7 o'clock on Sunday Night Baseball, Severino Paxton. So you look at that. I think Herman has pitched better than Houck. I think Severino doesn't have better numbers than Paxton, but I think he is a better pitcher. And then I would say, I mean, this season, I guess Bayo's pitched better, but Schmidt has looked better as of late. So that would kind of make you feel like they have a pretty good shot to win 2 out of 3. I don't like the whole Sunday Night Baseball thing for whatever reason. That's always a struggle for us. So, I think the pitchers will be able to do their jobs. It's just a matter of the offense showing up. And I do think, though, that Harrison Bader coming back for this series is huge. He provides some energy. And you think about that coupled with Volpe and LeMahieu showing some life lately. We need those guys to perform. And honestly, Tony, not to make me feel better, but this series, is this finally when Rizzo snaps out of it? Honestly.
Oh yeah.
Pesky Pole? Raps one or no?
Yeah, I think so, dude. And especially when you think of Rizzo, I feel like Rizzo, like in Fenway. No, they're at home, right?
No, it's in Fenway.
Oh, it is in Fenway.
Yeah.
In Fenway, dude.
They're in Boston like for the whole weekend.
Yeah, dude. I feel like he's gonna really rise to the occasion and want to impress the Yankees fans. I feel like it's just the time for Rizzo for sure. You mentioned Bayo doing better than usual. How much better are we talking about?
Well, I just meant he's been pitching better. His numbers are better than Schmidt. His ERA is 3.78.
Okay.
Schmidt, I mean, I could double check it, but I think it's like 5 or a little under just because of how much he got hit around earlier in this season. But of course, he showed a lot of 4.70, but he showed a lot of promise recently. Herman's been lights out, so I do feel really good about him tonight.
Domingo.
And I know Houck, did his job last time out, against the Yankees. But I mean, Domingo Herman, the last 2 starts combined, he's pitched 12 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 2 runs, and 11 strikeouts. So that's, ace-like stuff out of Domingo Herman. One thing that I just don't want to see is Josh Donaldson in the starting lineup. His average is, I think, 170. I know he's hit a couple home runs since he got back, but especially with DJ LeMahieu showing life, there's just no reason to start him tonight. I'm going to be so aggravated if there is. And he really should be DFA'd. And Tony, Oswald Peraza should be the starting third baseman, not Josh Donaldson. It's pretty embarrassing.
I did like the way DJ looked, though.
Yeah, hitting that home run, the double down the line.
Even playing at third, too.
He's good at third.
Yeah.
So hopefully we only get Donaldson for 1 game, especially like if he makes 1 start and he strikes like 0 for 4 strikeouts, then I could see him. Yeah. I mean, please, the DFA around the corner. That's what we need.
That'd be great.
In terms of tonight, though, you think about Herman Houck. Like I was saying, I'm expecting good things out of Herman. I'm going to say he's going to give us, 6 innings of 1-run ball. I could see him striking out 7. Houck, I think we could hit for a few runs early. He's more of like a 5 innings, 3 earned. And then, battle of the bullpens. Obviously, nice having that day off yesterday. So I feel pretty good. I'm sure Michael King in a tight game will pitch 1, maybe 2 innings. So all in all, I think that's going to amount to the Yankees winning this one 5-3. And Clay Holmes, immaculate 9th inning, like Tony likes, for the save.
Yeah, we'll see, dude.
To close out game 1 of this series. How do you see the Mets, Tyler McGill, faring against the lowly St. Louis Cardinals?
Yeah, so
and your future third baseman on the other side.
Possibly, dude. Possibly. But yeah, so as Brian alluded to, the Cardinals are coming to Citi Field for the weekend here. First game of the series here tonight, 7:10. ESPN has the odds here at even for these two teams.
Baby.
All right, you see that as a sign of disrespect?
No,
just because the Mets. Okay, come on. Wow, Tony. I honestly did not expect you to go there.
That's no, you went there, Brian. You went there, dude.
Okay. The only thing I want you to admit, okay, is the reason why I was laughing like that is because it's hilarious when you act like kind of tight, and I know that you think the same thing, vice versa. So for you to get mad at me for thinking that was funny is
I'm not
ridiculous.
Getting mad.
It was a little. There's a little. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As we used to say back in the day, Tony, it's a tone thing. Okay.
Oh, back in the day, Brian.
You mean like last week?
No, not last week. We haven't talked tone in over a year easily.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, dude.
Who's pitching for the Cards?
Miles.
Miles. How's he doing this year?
Tick above 4. He did okay as of recently. I think out of his first 5 starts, the last 4 starts were good. Sorry, but the most recent start he had, I think, was I forget what team it was against, but I think he gave up 6 earned runs. I was just looking at this morning. Let me just double check. Look at his last. Yeah, it was against Cincinnati. 6 innings, 5 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 walks. But then before that, Kansas City he threw 8 innings, no earned runs, 3 hits, 10 Ks. But he hasn't had many of those games this season for sure. A tick above 4 for his ERA is definitely a bit. Probably too much what the Cardinals want. Obviously, you know about the Cardinals' struggles. Again, a team that is what do we got? 15 games under right now. First time playing the Mets. They are on, I believe, a 6-game losing streak, getting swept by San Francisco and then by Cincinnati before that. So obviously pretty piss poor effort by the Cardinals this season. Another one of those teams where, the MLB fans, other teams around the league expected this team to be good. And they really haven't shown any inclination of them trying to be a contending team this season. That being said, another team that has been as good as they should be, the Mets here.
No, that's true, Tony. Everyone's getting pissed off at the Mets.
Coming off that win against the Yankees was nice for sure. But I mean, you kind of got lucky with that win, to be honest, because you played a pretty shit game.
Oh my God.
A lot of made some fundamental mistakes.
But there were errors on both sides in that game.
Yes, no, there were errors on both sides. But when you really look at it, I mean, the Mets just almost blew it, dude. For sure. And they really haven't been playing great. They've been blowing it for probably 2 months now, honestly. So again, like as a Met fan at this point in the season, you kind of look at this series and you're like, all right, like it kind of goes like, yeah, like Cardinals is great, they suck, but it's like in the back of your mind, it's like totally see the Cardinals just coming in to Citi Field taking 2 out of 3.
No, you can't let that happen though, Tony.
You really can't let that happen. A big reason why
you can't let your opponent dictate how you're going to play,
Right. No, of course. And a big, I guess, player to kind of help the Mets win would be Tyler McGill on the mound tonight. The 27-year-old who, was definitely at this point thought of to be a better pitcher than he is right now. You look at his last few starts, just specifically his last one, Pittsburgh, 3 2/3, 7 earned runs, not really giving you any length. Only one of his last starts has he made it 6 innings. And in every start, he was giving up at least 1 run, 4 against Colorado, gave up 4 against Chicago, 2 against Tampa Bay, and I mentioned the 7 against Pittsburgh. So he's been giving up a lot of runs, and you think of, his earned run average is now 5.14. So not good at all. The only thing that really I think is making me think that the Mets could win this one is just the fact that they've been able to score a lot recently. I know this most recent game against the Yankees was kind of low scoring, but before that, I mean, they were unfortunately losing these games, but they were scoring 5 runs, it seemed like, every night, which is exactly what they're going to need to do, I think, to win this game. I think it's going to be coming from a Brendan Nimmo who seems to be heating up. Jeff McNeil has been doing a great job, too, of just like situational hitting, just hitting for contact and not worrying about like trying to get a home run.
Yeah, trying to blast it out.
Lindor seems to be a lost cause right now. Again, he kind of came up a little bit big against the Yankees his last game, got the haircut, whatever, maybe the change of the juju. But still, you don't expect a lot from him.
And what are we thinking about Vogelback? Is he still out?
So he hasn't been on the starting lineup. Like, he's on the bench. He's available off the bench, but he is not part of the starting lineup. Hasn't been for quite some time now. So it seems like a DFA is looming. I would like to see in the lineup. I would still like to see Vientos at first base. I think it's going to be a good learning experiment for him to be playing first base. He needs to get more looks into the field and in his at bats too. It certainly should be in the starting lineup. Jeff McNeil back at second. And I honestly would probably throw Tommy Pham at the DH spot. And throw Kana in left field, Marte still in right, Nimmo, in center, and then everything else is business as usual. But I'm definitely thinking, late in the game, maybe, bottom of the 8th here, we're tied, like 5-5 or 4-4 or something.
Yep.
And Francisco Alvarez is going to hit a 2-run dinger. And then Robertson comes in the 9th, closes out. Mets win 6-4.
Oh, I love
Let's
it.
go, dude.
He hit the over and the run line.
Yes. Take it all.
Damn, Tony.
And then weekend prediction, Tony.
So
meaning like just the series.
Right.
Are they gonna sweep the series?
I'm gonna say yes. The rest of the series. I mean, you got Carrasco, you got Kadai Senga.
Kevin?
Kevin, yeah, dude. Jay thought Senga's first name was Kevin, Brian.
No
way. I just saw K Senga, and I'm like, oh,
Kevin?
Kevin Senga.
All these asinine comments today.
I know, dude. Wow, dude. Brian's having none of it, dude.
No, but it's different. I know Jay's not actually tight. We're just having a good time.
We're just joking. We're just chilling.
And Tony gets tight. That's different. No, would you say, I've always said this about Tony. Sometimes it's so, no, this isn't even a dig. It's not even a dig at all.
Okay, yeah.
It's so hard to tell if he's like being serious or he's just like kidding. Like, it's impossible to tell sometimes.
It is possible to tell sometimes, especially like when you're like half awake and he's like joking around with you.
Yeah, and he just looks at you with that serious face. And it's like, wait, is he being serious to be funny or is he actually being serious?
Most of the time, he's being funny. I've noticed.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
All the time,
95% of the time. He's just joking around.
And let's see here. So for number 2, so many different options I could go with here. Just kind of want to do something different.
Barnes, what do you think? You think the Yankees are going to sweep?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweep Boston?
Done.
Boston?
Done. Handled.
All right. You're not even going to give them give Boston like one game?
No, dude. Fuck Boston. Tony's tight. No, just kidding. No, but tell me though, Tony, I know you've looked at the other games that this isn't a tough one here.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's a few that seem like they could be gimmies.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just take it right now. No, I'm gonna go with the Rays. I think that the Padres, big spot against a team like the Rays, they're gonna fold. McClanahan 10-1, 2.18. That's a lot of wins. I mean, we don't see starting pitchers get wins these days.
Very true.
Darvish has been mediocre at 4.3 this year. So I'm going to say the Rays in this one, low scoring game, defeat the Padres 3-1. Harold Ramirez, a go ahead 2-run homer in the 8th. How about that?
I like that, dude.
How about that?
How about that, dude? Wow, dude. I kind of want to take the A's tonight.
Really?
Feeling really.
I was actually thinking about that. I know for you, it's like you're out, like Walker getting popped,
dude.
Yeah.
JP Sears,
good pitcher, honestly.
Over Philadelphia, isn't Mike Trout still in Philadelphia?
No, Mike Trout's in the Angels. You think of Bryce Harper?
I'm sorry.
It's okay, dude.
Jay,
come on, man. Give me a break.
Dude. All right, I'll take it. Another underdog may bite me in the ass here. How many games am I ahead of you right now?
You're 18-14.
4 games. All right, yeah. So give me the Phillies here in the underdog spot. Taijuan Walker, I don't know, 3 1/3 maybe, dude.
You're taking the Phillies? They're not underdogs.
Taking the A's.
Oh, you're taking the A's.
I'm saying Taijuan Walker pitching for the Phillies. Excuse me. Maybe 3 1/3, dude. Get absolutely popped. 5 earned runs in those 3 innings. JP Sears, give him maybe like let's do 5 2/3 from him, giving up 2 earned runs. Putting Oakland in a good spot to win it, dude. Good spot to move. Oakland wins it. I don't know, 5-3.
5-3.
5-3.
So I don't usually take them, but they just got. Well, I guess they lost 3 in a row to Philly before winning the opening game before that. We're just talking Diamondbacks, leading this division. I think they're due for a win tonight. And the Guardians, I know they won last night against San Diego, but I'm just not impressed with them. This is the weakest Guardians team I've seen in quite some time. I mean, probably
really.
7-8 years. And Tristan McKenzie was only pitched 10 innings this year. 4.5 ERA. Zach Gallen, one of Tony's favorites.
Yeah, man.
93 strikeouts, 84 in 1/3 inning pitched. Corbin Carroll, rookie of the year, another one of Tony's favorites. Right?
Yeah,
right?
no, you're right.
You're hyped for Carroll.
I am.
So I just think Gallen shuts out the Guardians. 7 scoreless, 10 strikeouts, 5-0 Arizona. I mean, I really think it's going to be that easy.
All right, dude. My next pick here. Oh, this is third and final, huh?
Yeah. Boy,
Wow,
that flew
dude.
by.
I know it really did. I'll piggyback on Brian here. I'll take the Angels tonight. I think against Kansas City, Brady Singer has been someone who's been so disappointing for the Royals this season specifically. And then Patrick Sandoval, who's pitched pretty okay, for the Angels recently. Kind of the last 5 starts hasn't been great, to be honest. I think before that he had a good start to the season. But like Seattle gave up 5 runs over 10 hits in 5 innings. But I just think maybe like he can reset a little bit. He's a young player. He's got to experience, some type of falter. And then, of course, I think Ohtani goes, back-to-back nights with homers, taking the lead, 23rd home run of the season.
Damn.
And Angels win this one 7-5.
There's so many teams.
Kind of an interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. A little slow. So I didn't have my coffee this morning.
I think we need to start you coffee just in the. I think you know. Wait, but you are always hot or no hot coffee?
Yeah, typically.
And what do you guys have? Just a pot at home or?
Oh no. Oh well, we have like a
kettle pour over.
Yeah, kettle pour over, and
we
we
do a
have a
pot,
regular
too.
pot. Yeah.
And I mean, how long does it take you to make like a cup? Put it in like a thermos.
The kettle pour over is kind of annoying.
No, it's not.
But I can't believe summer we can't get you an iced coffee, Tony. Like you don't like an iced coffee in the summer. What's wrong with this?
I don't know, dude.
Do it.
What do you mean it doesn't do it? What does it mean?
It doesn't make me feel excited or energized at all.
But you're talking
do you
caffeine level. That should have nothing to do whether it's hot or ice.
Well,
It's refreshing.
Whatever effect.
so funny.
Yeah, I know. Prefer goes with the Boston, San Diego, Cleveland picks tonight. Prefer's been picking every team. Against.
Yeah, well,
Brian.
he went
He's
1 and
fading-
2.
he's
So
fading
nice.
everybody.
Nice, Prefer. Put that into AI. See what happens. All right. But yeah, continue, Tony.
I just gotta I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess I can start because I was making coffee in the morning.
Yep.
At my place, but again, like the kettle pour over. When you're in a rush, it's just an absolute stick in the mud.
Why are you in a rush, dude?
No,
Yeah. What are you rushing for?
What are you rushing
I'm not
for?
rushing, but I'm just trying to, do things timely. It's not timely. It's not timely.
Dude, this is
It's not
what you
efficient.
do. You ready? You ready? You shower. I know you do your shower, right?
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
shower,
what
dude.
you do is what you do. Ready? You fill up the kettle before you hop in the shower. Turn it on.
I do that. Yes.
By the time you're out of the shower, it's nice and hot. It's not scalding hot, but it's still hot. And you just do your thing.
No, yeah, but the pour over is the worst part.
Dude, it takes 2 minutes.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
dude. No,
it
it does
does.
not, dude.
Yes, it does.
Can we actually go to the footage on this? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. A kettle pour over.
So,
What
all
does that
right. So we
mean?
have an electric kettle that heats up
Yeah,
the water,
it's just
right?
like a
Boils
Okay.
it in 2
volume
seconds.
down.
That's easy.
All right.
But then to pour, what we have is we have like this little, holster that holds the
It's like
coffee
ceramic.
filter with the grounds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like ceramic, and it goes right over your cup. So you make one single cup. You pour that hot water over the ground to the filter, and it filters like regular, as if you're making coffee.
See,
But it
like
literally,
coffee
but you
machine.
can fill up this thing with
Yeah.
this much water at a time,
Right.
and then you have to wait for it to dribble down, and then fill it back up, and then dribble down, and then fill it back up and dribble down. I have a
If
big
we
like
could-
if you're filling a thermos,
gotta,
like an
like-
18-ounce thermos, like you're fucking screwed.
No.
I think if we could get you to do iced coffee,
That's too much coffee.
I have a solution. You just
Do it
get the
before.
homemade cold brew maker, a cylinder. All you do night before, fill it up.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
it gives you 2 days of coffee. You don't have to do anything. You just pour it in the morning, Tony. That's what you need.
No, yeah, I
Yeah.
can do that.
We could do that.
And the thing is, you talk about bite with the coffee. I mean, you could fill it up as much as you want. I usually go to the top. Like, give me as much caffeine as possible.
Right.
You know?
But see, what I do like too, I know, like I do enjoy the afternoon coffee.
Right.
Like after this, coffee in the afternoon. And
Or
then-
how about even better? We put this here, this homemade iced coffee maker in that fridge.
Yes.
Is there? Do we have space? Like, I don't know. It's probably about yay high.
That'd be hot.
Yeah, how high?
Wait, what? Isn't there a fridge downstairs in the kitchen?
In the kitchen downstairs.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know
So-
if we're able to use that though.
Stop, Tony. We definitely could use that. Are you kidding?
Sharon loves you guys.
Yeah. Why would Sharon say no?
Are
to that?
you kidding?
No, but seriously though, why would Sharon be tight about
Oh, I don't know. I don't know because he uses it for events. That thing, dude.
that? Just get some coffee.
Yeah, I'm just getting some coffee. Don't mind me. Sorry to interrupt your bar mitzvah. I'm just getting some coffee.
No, but I
Yeah.
just feel like that's the thing. Tony doesn't like this pour over thing. He needs another contraption
Yeah.
He's
to
just
derive
lazy.
his coffee.
It's not lazy. It's just not worth my
And-
time.
And the thing is,
Bro,
I don't.
it's 5 minutes of your life.
It's not 5
I
minutes.
have to say, Tony, and I'm like, I do think it's a little ridiculous, but also, I guess maybe I'm just obsessed with coffee, but I just
Yeah.
will go to any length. Like, I need my coffee. I actually forgot to make it last night, so it was a little tight in the morning, but went to Donut Delight, cappuccino, outstanding. Are you a
Man,
cappuccino
I
guy?
love cappuccinos, Brian.
How often would you say you have them?
I have a cappuccino like every time I go out
Yeah, dinner.
to dinner, like at an Italian place.
Yep.
Cappuccino. I've been getting oat milk lattes.
It sounds nasty.
Really good.
You start out so well, Joey,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you go oat milk latte on me. No,
Oat milk latte.
besides that, oat milk is completely disgusting. I had 2 experiences that made me like I'll never do it again. First one, Yankee Stadium. I go to get an ice cream. They don't tell me the ice cream's made with oat milk, so I literally almost threw up when I was eating it.
Oh, it's not that bad.
And then the second thing that happened, I asked for almond milk,
Mhm.
and they thought that I said oat milk, and like they gave it to me, and it was all chunky, and
Oh no, that's gross to me too.
can't do it.
That's gross.
Can't
to
do
me.
it.
When it gets all curdly.
Dude, oat milk is nasty as hell,
Yeah.
dude. It's so disgusting.
Yeah.
dude. Can't do oat milk.
It's all right.
That's
It's all right.
disgusting.
I mean, the oat milk ice cream is actually not that bad.
Whoever got like to decide to like, oh, let's make oat milk, hung up by his toes.
Almond milk, though,
Right on.
very good. No,
Almond
Tony?
milk, very good, dude. And
Very
I do
good,
appreciate almond
Bad
milk
for
because
the environment.
it is bad for the
Oh my
environment.
God,
They
bad.
do say it
they
takes.
say everything. They say breathing's bad for the environment, Tony. You can't listen to stuff like yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Everything causes cancer. Everything's terrible for the environment. We should start eating ants. I mean, when are they going to stop with that stuff? Honestly, though, you know, you guys know them, right? They come up with something new every single day.
Yeah, just looking for something more sustainable, you know?
More sustainable.
Yeah, more
Jay,
sustainable.
That was the whole point of almond milk. I don't know if you remember that. It was to be like healthier and more sustainable, and not have to
Well, yeah, for your-
worry about the cows.
yeah, true.
And then all of a
true.
sudden,
Now
people
it's oat
realized it
milk.
took gallons of water to make
Yes.
one almond.
Yeah,
Um,
one thing of almond milk.
Yeah,
Come on, Tony. You actually believe that?
That
Really?
it's that it's better for you, or that it?
5 gallons
No.
of water to
No,
make
it does
1
take
gallon
like a
of
large amount of water to make almonds. Like almonds.
Okay,
yeah.
but I'm just saying, you don't think that like they pick and choose with this stuff?
No, yeah, I do. That's why.
Yeah.
Like again, like when almond milk was first out, it was marketed as like a better alternative,
Yeah, to milk.
which it really isn't.
Well, at one time, cigarettes were marketed as they
Yeah.
were healthy for
They
you.
still
true.
should be.
True. Cocaine was thought of as
was in
healthy.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That you could just go to Stop and Shop and get some Coke.
Made you skinny.
Crazy to think about that. That actually was legit. Do you know how long that was? Probably a couple years
For Coke, having
in
cocaine.
Coca-Cola.
Let's look it up.
It had to be a couple decades, I think.
But that literally though is insane when you think about it.
Yeah, but
like,
think about
how
how-
did people not just die like randomly drinking it?
It's not like they didn't put like
No, they did.
like an
They
8
did.
ball
They
of
did.
cocaine in there.
Well, I don't. Okay, maybe not an 8-ball, but
Wait.
okay, is this one of those like debunking things, Tony?
This is the first bottle of Coca-Cola contained 3.5 grams of cocaine.
Shut the fuck up. No way.
There's no way, dude.
That's a lot of cocaine.
1885, pharmacist in Georgia. He threw cocaine. Yeah, it doesn't say when they stopped, though.
That's fucking nuts.
Cocaine was legal and common ingredient in medicines when it was first invented.
Well, maybe they weren't drinking Coca-Cola like we were drinking Coca-Cola, you know? Like they were probably just drinking it like you take medicine.
Oh, yeah. That's why soda was first made as like a medicine.
Bubbles. The bubbles.
Let's see what it says. Real truth behind the Coca-Cola. Oh, God. Just give me a fucking date, bro.
Give me a date.
Sherlock Holmes, 1880s, 20th century.
Type it into ChatGPT.
I guess 1922, maybe.
Is when there was coconut.
Yeah, when they stopped.
But Coca-Cola's been around since like the 1800s.
Continues to use merely to enable the cola company to. They're saying in the 50s that they still used a minimum amount to still like have that.
That's so funny.
Coca-Cola. Drug loopholes and cocaine bonfires aren't the only deeply weird moments in the Coca-Cola story.
Do you think they should legalize cocaine
Or
legalize all drugs?
what's the benefit of that, dude?
I don't know. Less people getting incarcerated for.
I mean,
drug
people.
crimes.
I mean, I still feel like crackheads are still gonna do crackhead shit and go to jail if you're doing crack.
That's true.
You're just not gonna go to jail for doing crack. You're gonna go to jail probably for like setting someone on fire. Because you're a crackhead.
I don't.
Because you're cracked out.
A lot of this stuff, obviously, I don't agree with.
That you shouldn't do crack.
Well, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying
I
though,
don't
I
think
just
you
think
should
no
do crack.
matter what laws or anything that's put in place, somebody wants to do something, they're gonna do it. Like the law is not stopping them. So
Right. Obviously, hence all the
You're right.
crackheads.
True.
right. But I
Yeah.
mean, you feel bad that people stoop to that level, but
Of course, dude. I think it would be an interesting experiment to like legalize it all and like regulate it.
Oh man,
Kind of
imagine all
exactly
the
what they're
money
doing
you
with
can make off
weed
of it.
right now. You know.
Yeah. Maybe weed is just kind of like the test dummy.
But again, like imagine cocaine, like if you do legalize it and regulate it, like I mean, fentanyl overdoses probably go down to zero at that point
Yep.
because no one's gonna get, you know.
yeah, but I don't know. You know why though? I just feel like almost nothing solves it because if people know that there's fentanyl in this stuff and they're still doing it, then
They're fucking crazy.
nothing's gonna stop them. I mean,
Yeah.
you're dying,
I
and
agree.
that's not stopping them. So I
Yeah.
know not you get what I was saying. Tony.
Yeah, you're dying.
Speaking of drugs and acting erratic, you see Antonio Brown got him and the whole team kicked out of the Arena Football League.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
No.
it's like the Albany whatever. Like he's just you heard the story about how he couldn't play his players or his coaches and like he's getting into arguments with upper management. The league kicked him out for being too much of a nuisance. It sounded like.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, I think that guy's.
I'm just so sick of Antonio
Yeah.
Brown. Honestly.
Me too, dude. Me too. And he's
Yeah.
like he's like a liar. He said he was gonna
Yeah.
suit up for the team.
No, and it's a waste of talent. That's what bothers me
Yeah.
the most. That guy could have been known maybe as the best receiver ever. Honestly, if his
Oh,
head was
yeah.
on straight, but it was never on straight.
No,
it was always
no.
concealed. So, only other thing I wanted to mention here, just a little leaderboard update. Not many people out on the course, but Wyndham. wait, I can't.
Donna Barnaby says, I use Coke to clean very baked on stuck food. It disintegrates. Think about that. LOL.
Yeah, no, I do remember, Mom, you doing that, and I appreciate you tuning in. As always, prefer
Bigger nuisance, Antonio Brown or Conor McGregor?
Oh, dude, you see the news about Conor McGregor?
Yeah, dude.
what's the news?
Sexual assault.
Sexual assault at the NBA Finals.
Okay, yeah, I guess he's more annoying, but it's close. It's just these people, like it's ridiculous. You have the opportunity of a lifetime, and you just want to mess around. I don't understand it. It's like me getting to the PGA Tour and then just completely blowing it. Like, why would I do that? Why wouldn't I want to just enjoy the moment, live in the moment? It just it just doesn't make any sense. It's infuriating because it's like people like us should get that chance instead of people like that because clearly they're not grateful.
No, yeah, obviously. And like you said, same thing like Antonio Brown, Conor McGregor. It's people who aren't like grateful for what they have. It seems, dude.
No,
Like they want to take things for granted.
more.
And it's just
No,
like,
I know,
oh,
and then it's like, yeah, like McGregor, for instance, he just wants to drink whiskey all day, get paid millions. Oh, but actually fighting, no, he'll just get pounded in the ring, but he's getting his money, so he doesn't care. And that's what separated him before. He was so hungry, he was so ready to send a message. He just does not have that anymore.
No,
whatsoever.
He's gonna like try to cash out one more time. You think, right?
Yeah,
he has a fight scheduled.
Yeah. I think we do like an Oakland A's, but regular boycott with McGregor. Like next fight, no one buys it, no one watches it.
I kind of want to watch it though.
Really? I mean, it would be funny to see him lose, I guess, but like everything's rigged with him too. I just enough. I don't even want to like think about McGregor. Honestly.
Wow. Okay.
Makes sense though, no?
Did you watch the documentary?
No. What I was gonna say though, Wyndham Clark up to solo third, birdieing number 10. That's the hole he's starting on. Andrew Putnam with an early birdie here to move into a tie for 7th. Harris English at 3 under on the course as well. Alex Noren tied for 15 on the course at 2 under. And I mean that's really. I mean, Joaquin Neiman with an early bogey to drop back to 1 under. But Phil with a bogey as well to drop to tied for 37th. So it'll be interesting to see what type of round he puts together today, and if he's going to miss the cut, make the cut, and contend into the weekend. Defending champion Matt Fitzpatrick yesterday with a 1 over. So a little work to do for him today to try to defend his title. But yeah, that's really it. Obviously, I'm just really looking forward to Yankee baseball this weekend. And I think this is the moment right here. You show your true colors. You're getting Bader back. You're facing a team that's clearly not as good as you are. And it's like, are you going to step up? Are you going to play the way that you're supposed to be? Are you going to do smart things? Are we going to see more of a mechanically sound team? I mean, me and you talked about the other day, not laying down the bunts and not moving runners over. Are they going to do that this weekend?
They better.
I hope that they do.
But I'm coming for blood, Michael.
What's your guess on the series, honestly?
The 2 out of 3.
I'm going to say the Mets 2 out of 3 as well.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Damn.
What do we got coming up on Screen Time?
Oh, dude. Mike and I saw The Flash yesterday.
Right.
Just came out yesterday. Going to review that today. It's going to be a really interesting review. I'm really hyped up to see what Michael has to say about it. On top of that, Jay and I watched the first episode of Black Mirror last night. Going to talk about that. Currently, Manny is finishing up Extraction 2. He's gonna talk about that on the show, dude. Chris Hemsworth.
The last episode of Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. Jay's got a pop culture update, dude.
I feel like I've asked you guys about this, and I know it's funny the way I'm coining this, but Ted Lasso. Look, I haven't seen 1 second of it. It's really not quote unquote like silly, over the top. It's really not.
I mean,
no, it's actually kind of like a little serious.
Really?
There's like some serious moments. They handle lots of like social issues, like mental health. It kind of became like that show though. It started off as like the funny, like the little bits. Ted Lasso would have his little section of funniness, but like it slowly started to turn into like a more serious show and like really starting to deal with like people's lives in the show.
I think it's because once I heard that he's not a soccer coach and he's coaching a soccer team, I was thinking to myself, how could this not be over the top? But I guess what I'm guessing or inferring is that he's developed actually into like a decent coach. Like since
he's more of, it's not so much as like a strategic coach. He's more of just like a motivational coach. Yeah. Okay. That's how it shows.
Are you a fan, Tony?
Listen, I haven't seen a whole lot of Ted Lasso. I've seen the beginning and seemed funny.
Yeah.
But then I've seen the most recent episodes that Jay has been watching.
Yeah.
And
they're interesting.
I honestly can't stand it.
Yeah.
There was a whole episode about how one of the teammates were gay, and like he was like hiding it from his teammates, and then like someone saw him out with his boyfriend or something like that, and like he was embarrassed, but like the teammate ended up being super understanding.
So it was like kind of the opposite when The Sopranos caught Vito out.
Yeah, almost exactly the opposite.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, like it just seems like a soap opera. This show.
That's what it turned into.
You can tell Tony's very skeptical on it, and I've been skeptical. I was just kind of curious.
People sleeping with people, like
dude. There's a whole episode
like,
where someone got their nudes leaked, and like they did like a PSA basically in the middle of the episode. It felt like it was like the show, and then it was just they were like spitting facts about like not letting people share, like have your information, and you should like really like delete all those photos, and it just turned into too much.
Yeah.
And Ted ended up missing it. So I'll talk about it on Screen Time.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. High noon. We will get Screen Time going. But what a week that it was. I can't believe the week's over. I can't believe we're gonna have some championship golf and another US Open champion crowned Sunday night. That's gonna be a nice feel. Everybody kind of getting ready for the week. And then watching the conclusion of the 123rd US Open. But once again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in today and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the weekend, enjoy Screen Time. Let's go Yankees.
Go Mets.
And we will see you on Monday.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.